Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a journal to share with you, and this is a custom order journal for a lovely lady who ordered two journals from me. One is supposed to be like a May spring theme, and the other will be autumn October, but both of them were supposed to be like concentrated around Edith Holden's art. So I used a lot of her book pages in it. So as for the journal, this is what it looks like. This is the spring one. It's about A5 size, and it has somewhere around 150 pages plus loads of additional space. The closure is sari silk, and this is what the cover looks like. So the cover is completely made from scratch. I used a thick bookboard to make these. I curved the spine. This is hand painted. This part here is raised, and I used an Edith Holden image in this window. There is a book plate here which I left plain. I may add something to it if she requests it, but you know, there is a space here, so anything can be added. There are book corners, and this is, I hope you can see the color. I used a lot of Inca gold on the edges. Here, the spine and the back. This is how it looks from the side. So it's a chunky one, and it has a hollow spine binding. Okay, so let's see inside. Okay, am I in the frame? Alright, so in this journal I used a few kits from MyPorchPrints. I used her wildflower collage kit and her wildflower journal kit. And for the end pages I just used one of the monochrome pages you get with the collage kit. I have some crocheted lace here, and the signatures are sewn to the piece of calico. So here is the first page. It of course comes from Edith Holden, and since this is going to be a gift for someone whose birthday is in May, she asked for it to be like a May themed as well. So this flips open like this. This flip is inspired by Wendy, and inside here I have another page from Edith Holden, a label, and there's like a title page. So we have nature notes, Edith Holden here, and this is just like a notebook sort of thing for some nature notes, I guess. Okay. And now we go to the other side, and the name of this journal is Breathe, because of this charm from Tim Holtz which says breathe, and breathe is the word that I associate with spring. So after a long winter we can just breathe in new energy, and that's why I called it so. And this opens up here and flips open like this, and inside here we have a pocket with this kind of journaling divider card with a charm, lots of sewing, and this is what it looks on the back. It's backed with tea-stained cardstock. And then on this side, this is Tim Holtz dye, and I filled it with like die-cut wildflowers that can be used. Is it focusing? Yeah, that can be used to decorate the journal some more, and there are some different colors and shapes here. Okay. And so this is the page from the MyPorchPrints kit, the Wildflower journal kit, and all of the, or most of the, like the fabrics that I have here are vintage sari fabrics that I ordered. Okay, so you have stitching all around. This is vintage sari fabric, beautiful embroidery, and it flips. So there is some journaling space, a tea-stained doily. I love how feminine this journal turned out. I think this is due to these gorgeous papers and the colors. I mean, I love them. Okay, so this is an altered window envelope. You may have seen me make this in my 5 on a dime challenge for July. So there is a tiny journaling card in this window with some poem from Edith Holden, a charm, some beads, and on the other side we have like a scrappy notebook. These papers can be used either for journaling, you know, they can be used as a notebook, or they can be just torn out and used for collages, for decoration, and whatnot. So everything has been tea stained here. I have a little collage with sari silk on this side. And then this is a little pocket with a label, and inside I have a tag that I made, and a tag from the kit. Book pages, I tea stained them as well. On the other side of the book page, when there was like text, I sewed this this piece of brown recycled paper with some stamping to add journaling space. This is from Artie Mays. This is her eco-dyed paper, and I printed it on tea-stained paper to make it look a little bit grungy, and there's some trim here. This is a bookmark from Mrs. Cork. I've sewn some vintage crochet flowers on here, and I just have some pieces of ephemera. I think they are both from the old design shop, and they can be used for journaling. This is another beautiful page from MyPorchPrints with some sari silk. Some collaging, and this is a antique book page, the dictionary of gardening that I have. I tea stained it. It's beautiful. You can feel the vintage feel of the paper. Edith Holden book page. This is vintage ledger paper, and I stamped a little bit on it, and there is a poem from Edith Holden with some cheesecloth. And collaging on the other side, and also this flips for some more space. This is a page from Nick the Booksmith's kit, and I printed it on parchment paper. Vintage book page, and this is Edith Holden. So this is the center of the first signature. I have 3 signatures in this journal. So the center looks like this. I tied a bow here. There are 2 pockets, a label, and a little charm here. And inside the pockets, I put some handmade ephemera. So we have a tag with some sari silk and some different layers, and it's backed with tea-stained paper. And this kind of, I guess, a bookmark. This word here is also from MyPorchPrints. She has a like a whole page of garden and nature words that are great to use, and I've used quite a lot of them in both journals. Okay, so this is the book page, and again, where there was just plain text, I added this piece of paper to add journaling space. The other side of the parchment paper. and he clipped on to this ledger page. I have an envelope. So this envelope is again from MyPorchPrints, and this is the front and the back. So I have the word here, a label, some die cut, and the stamp, faux stamp that I made from I think Tracy Fox's kit of little embellishments. And on the front I've sewn some fabrics, and when you open it up there is a tag spot here as well, and this is a little tag from Tracy Fox. And inside I've added pieces of ephemera from the kit, so this cute little file folder and a tag. Okay. The other side of the Edith Holden, the gardening book page. This here is an altered CD case, and so I have some beads here, some die cuts, and it has two pockets. So one is here behind this, and I've added a vintage postcard, which is plain on the back, so you can write in it. But it also has a pocket here, and I did not add anything to it. This background is glued behind the window, but you can add anything here, and it will look nice, I guess, with the window. Stunning papers. Okay, so this here is inspired by Gibbet Neary, and so this is like machine stitched lines on the paper with some scraps of paper and sari silk sewn along. And this beautiful image is from Mrs. Cogg's kit. Fabric tab with some beads here. I have some stenciling here, lots of labels in this one. I've bought a kit from Tracy Fox with her antique, I think they are called antique labels, and I love them. They come in so many different colors and variations. So this here is a tag spot. This is fussy cut from Edith Holden. I've sewn some sari silk here, and I just have a piece of ephemera tucked in here. This is the other side of my 5 on a dime project. This flips like this. All of these beautiful linens are from LivingLifeCreatively, who's Bonnie. She is here on YouTube and on Etsy. And so here is a tag spot. I have some vintage buttons, a little tag with like a saying about May, and just plain on the back. Then this piece of linen flips for some added journaling space, and there is a pocket here as well. And inside there is another piece of vintage linen printable, and it can be used as a journaling card and added anywhere in the journal. Okay, some space for journaling on the back. Tea-stained doily. The other side of the beautiful page, and here each signature ends with a collage. So I collaged some pages or some scraps of pages from the kit, some Edith Holden and some other things that I had, and just there's space for journaling here as well. So the second signature, and here you can see that because it's a hollow spine, it lies completely flat despite the fact that it's very chunky. So this is again a page from Edith Holden with some sewn sari silk, a poem that I glued here, and this is a pocket, and inside the pocket I added another page from the book that can be used for collaging or for any other project. Okay, so on the other side I mean, how stunning, how stunning are these papers and the colors. So this is a pocket here with a poem, and inside I have this long image backed with recycled paper, sorry, some stamping here. This can be used as a bookmark, I guess, because it's so long, so it tucks here. Then some more sari silk, some collaging, the eco-dyed paper from Artie Mays, and just some, again, inspired by Gibbet Neary, some messy stitching and sari silk sewn here. I have stenciling and stamping on this page. I used honey. I don't remember what it's called, but it's honey something, I think, ink from Tim Holtz, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, rich golden color. Vintage book pages, and a charm here on this tab. This is from Vintage Sari, and this is some lace. A tag spot here, a corner tag spot, and an image from Mrs. Cog. And I torn some of the edges of these papers from the kit, not sure if you can see. And Gina from the Firefly Studio inspired me to do this. She did this in some of her journals, and I just think it looks beautiful. So it's torn and then inked with Tim Holtz vintage photo. A little collage here, some elements from Tracy Fox, a piece of sari silk, a piece of cheesecloth, some vintage music, again a tea stain doily. Then this is obviously a page from Edith Holden. And I've sewn this beautiful lace on this flip, and it flips, and you can see that I used some white gesso here over the text, so you do see the text, but you can still write over it. And I think it would look so cool to just have some journaling here. And a little bit of collaging. This is a tea stain notebook paper with stenciling again. Gorgeous page from the wildflower collage kit, and a poem again with cheesecloth and some collaging. This image here is from Mrs. Cog, and I just have a piece of ephemera in it. Another page from this dictionary of gardening. It's so beautiful. The illustrations are just gorgeous. This is a white paper bag that I embossed and then inked up, grunged up a little bit, and inside there is again a piece of ephemera from the old design shop. Some collaging here, a ruffle, fabric ruffle on the side, stamping, journaling space, and this is the middle of the second signature. So I have this image from Edith Holden that I cut in half, and I glued it here to make flaps like this, so you have loads of journaling space on this page, but also a beautiful image. How stunning is this? A label here and some collaged washi tape and music paper, sewing, lots of sewing in this journal as well. So again, stenciling and stamping on this page. This is the other side of the embossed paper bag, and inside there is a teeny tiny tag that I made, and I used this cute little like a postcard from Tiny Embellishments, and this is Tracy Fox, and it's backed with tea-stained lined paper for some writing. The other side of the gorgeous dictionary of gardening. This here is completely inspired by Wendy from Wendy's Journaling Adventure, and I made a video about how I made this. So this is basically a envelope fold out, I guess. So you have the collage here, and on the back some journaling space, but then you can flip it like this, and you have a collage here and a journaling space on the back. And what is more, there are 2 pockets because this is made out of 2 envelopes. So in this one there is a journaling card backed with tea stained paper, and another journaling card in this pocket. Both were made with Edith Holden's artwork, and again tea stained paper on the back. Okay, notebook paper with stenciling, the other side of the Edith Holden. Okay, so these are envelopes that I made from scrapbook paper and Edith Holden book page, and each of the envelopes has something in it. So cute little ephemera pieces from the kit, and I think they're just so gorgeous. Okay, again the torn edges, beautiful lilac book page, and then some charm and beads, lace tab. This is sewn to the page. This is from Alpine Flowers from Mrs. Cog. This is an acetate pocket here, and it holds a book page journaling card. So I have this gorgeous vintage book, and it's bagged with tea stained cardstock. But of course this pocket can be used for anything else, for photos, for some ephemera. I just love the transparency. Okay, and this is the end of the second signature. So we have again the collage, there's a quote, there's some Edith Holden in the background, and journaling space. And the third signature starts with this. So this is an Edith Holden book page, and over it I put a piece of vellum, and I've sewn some lines on it. There's a label and a die cut, so you can journal on here and then flip it up and have the whole page still intact. So I think it's very nice because, you know, you can see the page behind it, but then if you write it you won't ruin the actual page. Okay, collaging, this is a scrapbook page, some more sari silk just sewn directly to the page. This is a little collage and a image from Mrs. Cog, more stamping and stenciling, and a fabric ruffle. These little elements here are from Edith Holden, and I have some stamping here. A beautiful book page, and I clipped another envelope to it. So as you can see, the book page it's another book that's kind of like a diary or like a journal. So it says May here, and there's some handwriting, and the envelope looks like this. So again, I have this cluster here, and these little clusters on the envelopes are inspired by Carol Laws here on YouTube. She makes gorgeous journals. This is the back, so lots of die cut. Rain go away. This is from MyPorchPrints, like the words kit. And inside the pocket I have some more pieces of ephemera. So I have this cute file folder from the kit, and a piece of vintage ephemera from the old design shop. This here, sewn to the page, is a piece of vintage sari fabric. It says May on the other side too. Then this is a bookmark from Mrs. Cog, and I have some more ephemera. These are journaling cards from the kit tucked here. This is vintage ledger, again a fussy cut element from Edith Holden, some stamping and collaging with sari silk and just scraps of paper. Then I have these cute little vintage book pages, and I've added tabs to them. And then there is a tab from the kit, and this is a page from Nick the Booksmith that was printed on vellum this time. Notebook page with sewn sari. This again is fussy cut from Edith Holden, and it forms a tag spot. Okay, I guess it's glued, yeah, but it does come out. So I have a tag from the kit and just a piece of ephemera tucked in here. Beautiful page from the kit. This here is a card that I've had in my stash forever. It's handmade paper with some petals and these cute little paper flowers here. I just thought the colors were gorgeous, and the flowers look like a, I don't know, wildflower meadow or something, but it's beautiful. And then the middle of the signature is Edith Holden, and I did not do anything to this page because it's so gorgeous. I just put a little bit of washi here, but other than that, you know, I folded this because I didn't want to cut it, so this can be glued here to form a pocket, but it can also just be left like this because honestly this is so beautiful as well. And yeah, so again a bow in the middle, the other side of this beautiful handmade paper card. Then the page from the kit, a little embellishment here sewn to the page, the other side of the printed vellum, the book pages again with some tabs, some stamping here within this frame that is made from sewing, because I've sewn on the other side. I've sewn this image that is printed on vellum. Then again the ledger paper with some more sari silk, some cool tea staining here, I think. Book page. Then this is a piece of vintage sari again, and it just flips. It's stunning. It's so, I mean, it's so rich and just so beautiful. Okay, stamping and stenciling, the page from the kit, another scrappy little notebook with pieces that can be either written on or just torn and used in any other way. And the last collage, I have the whole poem here from Wordsworth, and it says March here, so it's definitely spring, some elements from Edith Holden, washi tape, different pieces of papers, and the back is this beautiful page from the collage, wildflower collage kit. And that's it about this journal. I am so happy with how this turned out. I hope she loves it as well, and I hope the person who's going to receive it as a gift will love it as well. I have a blast working with Edith Holden, so I'm definitely going to be making more journals like this. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video, which will be the other journal, the custom order journal, which is going to be October autumn themed, and I hope you will love it too. So see you then. Bye bye.